Attention duelists. Phoenix here, bringing you a probably shorter one. This video exists purely to look at my replays and clear this out, because for whatever reason there's a hard cap on how many of these you can have, and I need more space, and now you all get to see what I put up with. This will be similar to one of the watch and learns, and that I'll just be narrating what's going on in duels. Except I was in these. And we all know how much you love watching me. I was playing Eldritch Zombies this one. Summon the Unizombie, use its effect, pitching Necroworld Banshee, banish the Banshee, activate Zombie World, activate Curse Eld Land, pay the fee, get Golden Land forever, set it, use Unizombie, send away Glow Up Bloom, Bloom's effect, banish itself, summon the Doom King Ballardrock, activate Eldlixir of White Destiny, summon my Eldritch, Ballardrock and Unizombie, Link Summon, Vampire Sucker, pass turn. Opponent draws, Ballardrock effect, summon self, Vampire Sucker effect gets me a card, Lord of Heavenly Prison. Opponent summons the Alpha Master of Beasts and summons Fallen of Albaz. Albaz pitches, Ballardrock effect to negate. Gizmek Orochi was pitched, it'll banish 7 to attempt to summon itself. Ballardrock will chain its effect to now banish a card. Banishes the Alpha. Orochi hits the board. Orochi and Albaz both link off, making Verte. Opponent uses Verte, paying 2,000 to use Branded Fusion. I use Golden Land Forever, tripping Ballardrock to negate. Back row is activated, so Lord of Heavenly Prison will summon itself. Opponent surrenders. Get rid of that one. Move on to the next one. Most of these are going to be 2 or 3 turn duels, because most duels are 2 or 3 turns. You either break the board or you don't. I was playing Live Twins. Opponent summons Ecclesia, uses effect to tribute herself. I use Ash Blossom in response. They activate Sword Soul Emergence, getting Taya added to hand. Use Long Wan's effect, pitching the Taya, summoning himself and a token. Sync the 2 together. Sinister Sovereign. Take 1,200 from Long Wan. They set 1 back row and pass to me. Draw Sunny Snitch. Start off with a secret password to check for Ash Blossom. They don't have it. Get my other Sunny Snitch. Activate Live Twin Home, pitching the Sunny Snitch. They chain the Sinister Sovereign and Max C. Both are going to resolve. I take another 1,200. Home will summon a Twin Red. We'll summon a Spooky Blue. The 2 of them are going to make Evil Red. Sovereign uses effect to banish her. Now I use my Sunny Snitch, adding a Frost Red to my hand. Summon Live Blue, who will bring out another Frost Red from the deck. Link those 2 together. Make Evil Blue. Frost in my grave will banish itself because my opponent drew a card, so I can draw a card. Chain Evil Blue's effect to summon a red. They fire off the Imperm. Still get to draw. Use Frost Red's effect, special summon itself from my hand. Link those 2 together. Second Evil Red. Evil Red summons back Evil Blue. Evil Blue on summon, pop the Sinister Sovereign. Link those 2 together. Evil Twins, Trouble Sunny. Move into battle. Swing with the Trouble Sunny. Main phase 2. Pass turn. Opponent has a lot of stuff in hand and I don't. So I immediately shotgun the Maxi. They immediately shotgun theirs as well. Just a couple of guys throwing bugs at each other. They use Vishuda, summoning itself. They're going to take a bit of burn due to my Sunny Snitch, and I'm going to get some life back. That's important. Turn Vishuda into Monk. I get Nibiru. That's important. They banish Vishuda. I chain with Trouble Sunny, because otherwise it would have gotten removed thanks to Vishuda. Trouble will bring back Evil Red and Evil Blue. Their effects go off. Evil Red lets me draw. My opponent drew, so I'll banish a Frost Red from my grave. And Evil Blue will pop their Monk. Get 2 more cards. They're going to use Sword Soul Sacred Summit. Bringing back the Sinister. Burning for more. Summon Moye, my least favorite Sword Soul. It reveals Taya. Of course they have Sword Souls in hand. I took the Maxi Challenge. They're still burning though, so I'm half okay with it. Moye and Token are going to make Baxia. Baxia uses its effect to pop Evil Blue. Sovereign Chains. Moye is Link 3. Moye draws them a card. Sinister gets them a card and banishes. Yeah, gets them another card because they summon Baxia. And Baxia sent Evil Blue back. Use Long Wand, summon itself. And a token. I fire off the Dimir now before they get Baron out. Big token. They use the Shuna, summon itself. Link it off. Monk of the Tenyi. Use Adhara, summon itself. Ashuna Engrave will banish itself. Use Ash Blossom on that. They use Crossout on the Ash. That will summon Vishuda from deck. Vishuda and Monk are going to link together. Shaman of the Tenyi. Shaman uses her effect, pitching a side driver, targeting Taya. I fire off the Deity Crow to banish the Taya preemptively. Shaman misses its target. They use Sword Soul Emergence, getting another Long Wand added to hand. And surrender. They acknowledge they've given me too many cards, and they cannot overcome me this turn. Next one is a 6-turn match. Was I still playing twins in this? Nope. Back on zombies. Opponent summons Rubina. Immediately hate this match. Add Eaglin. Summon Eaglin. Activate the Imperm on the Eaglin. They use Book of Moon to flip the Eaglin, so its effect will still resolve. They get their M-Pen. Distribute summon both for our M-Pen. M-Pen and Eaglin and Rubina all go off. Actually, Eaglin did go to grave because it was face down when it was summoned. Then they do the most scumbag move, summoning Barrier Statue. That tells you how old this match is. Set 1 back row and pass. I draw Elixir of Scarlet. Summon Unizombie. They use Dreaming Town to summon Rubina. That brings out Eaglin. They summon Eaglin, using its effect. I use my Called By because they do have an Eaglin in the graveyard, so I can banish and negate its effects this turn. That is a very fortunate cutoff for me. Moving into battle. Get rid of the Barrier Statue, because that stops me from doing anything. Main phase 2, Unizombie. Attempt to use its effect, am stopped by Ash Blossom. Set 2, pass. Opponent tributes both his monsters for Apex Avian. I fire off Conquistador. They use Mist Valley Apex to negate that. I'll fire off the Scarlet Sanguine now, because when else am I going to? Eldlixir brings out the Eld Lord. 28 defense. Bigger than M-Pen. My Conquistador is negated and destroyed. Eaglin is still negated by Called By, so instead he swings over my Unizombie. My turn. Draw Quero. Summon Shiranui Solitaire, tribute it, so I can summon another Unizombie in defense mode, so it's not negated. Banish my Scarlet, so I can set Golden Land forever. Unizombie effect, sending away another Eldritch. Set Hakero, send it to the grave, add Eldritch back to my hand. Summon it, bigger and badder than ever. Not going in attack mode, I use it to overlay with my first one to make Gustav. Gustav effect. Heal 2000. Overlay further. Juggernaut Lieb. Juggernaut Lieb's effect. Bump it up to 6 thou by 6 thou. Banish Conquistador during the end phase, and Hakero. Lets me send Eldlixir of White. And a Scarlet. Opponent goes straight to battle, swing with my Unizombie with his M-Pen. I fire off the white Eldlixir, summoning back one of my Grave Eldlords. Use Scarlet Sanguine next, summoning Ballard Rock. And now it goes back to me. Draw Hakero, set it, use Eldritch from the grave. Doom King's effect will activate because a zombie monster used its effect. Banish the M-Pen. Eldritch is add to my hand. Summoned with boosted stats. Opponent surrenders because I could just go face for game. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, next one's a 2-turn. Let's see what hell I have wrought. This is when I was doing Cyber's U-Link. Opponent sets 1 passes. Draw on Microcoder. Summon Ibly. Link her off with the Microcoder in my hand. Make Code Talker. Microcoder's effect to add a card. Ibly's effect to summon herself to my opponent's field. Opponent uses Max C. I have no response, so it has to resolve. Chain Parallel Exceed because a Link monster was summoned. Parallel Exceed goes to the zone pointed to. Ibly goes to my opponent's field. Microcoder gets me Cynet Codec. Parallel Exceed will then summon its twin. Use my Codec. Link off Exceed and Code Talker. Make Transcode Talker. Cynet Codec lets me get an Earth monster, and I choose Code Generator. Transcode Talker will revive the Code Talker. Code Talker and the other Exceed will make Xcode Talker. On summon, he'll block his own, and Cynet Codec will get me a Wind attribute. Code Talker. Code Exporter this time. Summon Link Infra Flyer. That and my Transcode will make Firewall Dragon. The Code Generator in hand and the Xcode Talker will then link together. Make Access Code Talker. Firewall Dragon's effect will activate. And Cynet Codec will get me a Dark attribute. And Code Generator's effect will activate. Then Access Code will target the Xcode to boost his stats. Generator will send away Dotscaper. Cynet Codec will get me Cross Debug. And Firewall will summon my Lady Debug. Lady Debug, for being summoned, her effect will activate, and my Dotscaper in the grave will activate for being sent to the graveyard. My opponent now gets Duel unlocked, so it'll stop me from adding any more cards. Dotscaper will summon itself. Lady Debug is blocked. Summon Cross Debug. I could control 2 Link monsters. Link him off into Talkback Lancer. Lancer will tribute my Dotscaper to summon back my X code. Access code will banish Code Talker, pop my opponent's back row. Opponent uses Effect Veiler targeting access code, his stats go back to normal. Talkback Lancer swings over Ibly. Access code at normal stats goes direct, as does Lady Debug. X code and Firewall at 3000 per game. Took the Maxi challenge, paid off. Well, not paid off, rather I got lucky that he didn't get better stuff to use. I think this next one was from the Duelist Cup. Nope, I'm wrong. It doesn't have the Duelist Cup feel, but I was playing Goki. Start off with Rhoda. Get Suprex. Great Goki. Summon the Suprex, which will summon out the Guts. Link the 2 together. Make a Sold. Sold's effect on summon, Suprex Chain, Goki Guts Chain, so I get 2 more Goki cards, and a Sold will add a warrior from my deck to my hand. Add Octo Stretch from Guts. Suprex gets me Rematch, and now a Sold will get me another Octo Stretch. Use the Sold's effect, send away Living Fossil so I can summon Renaud. Renaud will add Fossil back to my hand on his summon. Fire Flint Lady summons herself because I control a warrior monster. My opponent then Nibiru's. Gets me a Nibiru token. I'm not done. Goki Rematch gets me back Suprex and Guts. Headbat will pitch one of my Octo Stretches to summon himself. Link all 4 of these together. Make Saryuja Skull Dread. Skull Dread, from being used with 4 different names, all his effects will activate. And Headbat will get me another Goki card. Choosing Twist Cobra. Skull Dread lets me draw 4, send back 3. Use Skull Dread's effect to do an additional summon of Twist Cobra. Then activate Living Fossil, summon back Renaud. Those 2 will be used as linked material for Virus Swordsman. Virus Swordsman on his summon will let me summon my 0 Day because he is linked, or co-linked. Twist Cobra gets me another Goki card. Choose my other rematch. Virus Swordsman is summoned from the hand, not the deck, unfortunately. Then my Virus and my 0 Day are going to link together. Make Virus Berserker. Virus Berserker is co-linked when he's summoned, so he lets me resurrect both of my other code breakers from the grave. 0 Day goes next to Virus. Virus Swordsman goes on the other side. Virus Berserker and 0 Day are going to link together. Make Goki the Power Load Ogre. Saryuja Skull Dread and my Virus Swordsman are then going to link together as well, making Nightmare Cerberus. Cerberus, I'll pitch Lightning Storm to destroy Nibiru, and I get to draw a card because he was co-linked. Now I pass to my opponent. Immediately shotgun the Maxi. They have the Called By for it. Maxi negated. They proceed with their turn, using Signet Mining, pitching a Jack Jaguar. I'll use Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to stop the Signet Mining. But Jack Jaguar is now live. They summon Lady Debug. She adds a Salamangreat Mirror. Mirror is added to the hand, so it's able to summon itself. Lady Debug then links off for Balinks. Balinks on summon gets Sanctuary. Balinks and Mirror become Sunlight Wolf. Jack Jaguar will turn Mirror to the deck, summon itself. Monster is summoned to a zone that Sunlight Wolf points to, so it will return Balinks. He links those 2 together for Splash Mage. Splash Mage will summon back Lady Debug. Those 2 link together. Make Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker summons back the Splash Mage. Those two link together. Make Access Code. Access Code will target Transcode to gain stats. Banishes Splash Mage. Attempts to destroy Power Load. Doesn't work. Banishes Transcode. Attempts to destroy Cerberus. Doesn't work. Cerberus and whatever it is co-linked to are protected. Co-linked monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. So while Cerberus was co-linked, neither it nor Power Load could be destroyed. Power Load has its own protections, though. And now, my opponent is going to swing over with Access Code over the Cerberus. He should have swung over Power Load, though. I'll set one back row, activate Sanctuary, and pass to me. Now I've got everything I need to take him down. Draw for turn, it's Twist Cobra. Use my Goki rematch. Summon back Guts and Super X once again. Link off Guts for Anima, pointing at Access Code. Guts for being sent will get me Headbat. Anima will take control of the Access Code. Summon Twist Cobra. Link it off with my Super X for Heal Ogre. Twist Cobra and Super X will both get me a card. Super X gets me Riscorpio. Twist Cobra gets me another Super X. Use Headbutt, pitching my Riscorpio to boost up Heal Ogre and summon my Headbat. Link Heal Ogre and Headbat together for Goki the Blade Ogre. Headbat for being sent will get me Goki Finishing Move. Use the Finishing Move, targeting my Blade Ogre. It goes up to 5,700. Swing with Power Load and Blade Ogre for game. The moral of this duel is read what your opponent's card's effects are, because if he had read, the player would have just swung with Access Code over the Power Load, then used Access Code's effect to pop Cerberus. Instead, he did it in all the wrong order, just going for damage. Mistake. Moving on. Still playing Goki in this one. Start off by summoning Claw. Summon Flint Lady by her own effect, because I control a warrior. Link the two together for Isolde. Isolde effect and Iron Claw's effects will activate. Iron Claw gets me Headbat. Isolde will get me Octo Stretch. Use Isolde effect, send away Fossil to summon Guts. Use Headbat's effect, pitching my Octo Stretch to summon himself. Link all of them together for Power Load Ogre. Headbat's effect and Guts effect will get me cards. Get a rematch. And Headbat gets me Suprex. Activate the rematch, targeting Headbat and Guts. Link both of them off again. For my Virus Swordsman. Virus Swordsman will summon Codebreaker 0 Day. 0 Day and Virus Swordsman will then make Virus Berserker. Berserker will revive both of them. Activate Durandal, equipping on a 0 Day. Durandal gets me Fire Flint Lady and destroys itself. Activate Pot of Avarice, targeting Isolde, Octo Stretch, Headbat, Guts, and Iron Claw. Send them all back. Draw 2. Link off my Codebreakers for Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. And pass to my opponent. I have 3 monster negates and an unaffected Power Load. Opponent uses Terraforming, getting Skystriker Airspace Area 0. Uses Mobilize Engage, getting Afterburners. Then uses Shark Cannon, banishing my Berserker. Activates their Area 0 and Afterburners, destroying Appaloosa and their Field Spell. Area 0 will summon Ray. Ray will then use her own effect. Actually, no, I think she was properly... Yeah, that was an actual Link summon, not her special summon ability. Summons Hayate. Hayate goes direct. Hayate sends Ray to the graveyard. Main phase 2, Hayate turns into Kagari. Kagari will return the Mobilize Engage to the hand. Then Kagari becomes Shizuku. Activate Mobilize Engage again, adding Widow Anchor. And drawing a card. Set 3 and pass to me. During the end phase, Shizuku will get them Hornet Drones. I draw Pankratops. Use Flint Lady to summon herself, but my opponent will negate that with Called By. Not the most impressive use of Called By, but it does prevent me from my initial plan. Summon Suprex. Opponent uses Widow Anchor, stealing my Suprex. Very rude. And his effect is negated. My opponent has more monsters than me now, so I can summon my Pankratops. Move to battle. Power Load will swing over Shizuku. Raise effect will summon herself. Pankratops swings over Suprex. Suprex was sent to the grave, so I get a Goki card, in this case Headbat. Main phase 2, use Headbat's effect, pitching Guts to summon himself. My opponent will use DD Crow to banish my Guts. Doesn't really matter. Headbat still summons himself. Headbat and Pank will then link off. Nightmare Phoenix. Use Phoenix effect, pitching my Goki finishing move. And Headbat will be Chainlink 2. My opponent fires off the Imperm at Nightmare Phoenix. Does negate it. Headbat gets me rematch. Phoenix is negated. Use rematch, targeting Suprex and Headbat. Summon both, link both off. Make Nightmare Kerberos. Kerberos effect, pitching Flint Lady to attempt to destroy Ray. Opponent responds by attributing Ray in order to special summon out a Sky Striker, another Shizuku. And during the end phase, Shizuku gets them Mecha Modules, multi-roll. With my Phoenix and my Kerberos linked together, my co-link monsters can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Opponent turns Shizuku into Hayate, moves to battle, swings direct. Hayate will then send away Rose. Main phase 2. Hayate turns it back into Shizuku. Then they use the multi-roll. And during the end phase, they get a Jamming Waves. My turn, I draw a Scorpio, summon Renaud, link Renaud and Kerberos off for Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn's effect, pitch the Scorpio, spin away the Shizuku, get to draw a card. Ray will summon herself, move to battle, Phoenix swings at Ray. Ray spins herself away for Kaina. Phoenix redirects to Kaina. Power Load goes direct. And I cannot attack with Unicorn, thanks to Kaina being summoned. Passes to my opponent. Thanks to Nightmare Unicorn, I will draw more cards during my draw phase, due to my co-links. Opponent uses Hornet Drones to summon the token, links it off for Hayate, then links Hayate off for Shizuku, swings into my Unicorn, cannot be destroyed by battle due to Phoenix. Opponent surrenders. Love frustrating Sky Striker players. Alright, what was I running this time? Oh, Scareclaw. Scareclaw's fun. My opponent did nothing. Passes to me. Draw my second Balloon. Summon Acro. Link it off for Lightheart. I lied. Linked it off for Almirage. Then use Parallel Exceed, summoning it to the zone Almirage points to. Exceed summons its brother. Link both of those off. Now I make Tryheart. Tryheart will summon back my Acro and get me Astra. Summon Astra, summon Balloon. Swing 3 times per game. Not an especially impressive duel, but really just showing off the power that Tryheart can have. Up to my opponent for just doing nothing. Next. Still playing Scareclaw. Open up with Reichphobia. Adding Acro. Summon Acro. Link Acro off for Lightheart. Lightheart gets me another Reichphobia, but my opponent will negate it with Herald of Orange Light. I negate the Herald with Called By. Opponent then uses Max C. Called By successfully negates the Orange Light. Orange Light stopped. Lightheart gets me a card. Another Reichphobia. Special summon Reichheart to the zone adjacent to Lightheart. That gets me Arrival. Use Arrival, targeting Acro. Comes back to the board. Link all of them off for Tryheart. Use Tryheart, targeting Acro. Summons it back, gets me Balloon. Set one back row and pass. Did take a bit of a Max C challenge there. Opponent uses Drytron Nova, summoning Delta. They use the Zeta, Zeta is attributed to summon Alpha. Alpha adds Ben 10. Zeta's effect will tribute Ben 10, summon itself back. And they get Mediona Strytron. Ben 10 was being tributed, so it gets them Diviner. Overlaying Alpha and Zeta for Mu Beta. Mu Beta will then send Mediona Straconids to the grave. They summon Diviner, who is turned to defense mode. It sends away an Entis. Entis targets Tryheart to destroy it. I banish Arrival to protect. They use Mediona Strytron. Detaching materials from Mu Beta. Summoning Megalith Full. Megalith Full targets Ben 10. Returns it to the hand. Makes itself level 6. Mediona Strytron will reduce the stats of Delta, add itself back to hand. Overlay Diviner and Megalith Full for Beatrice. Using Gamma, tribute Ben 10, summon itself. Resummon Alpha, Ben 10 was tributed. Adds a Herald of Orange Light. Beatrice will detach a unit to send away Ava. Ava will banish Diviner and the other Ava to add a Diviner and another Herald. Delta and Gamma will then make a second Mu Beta. Then use Mediona Straconids. Mu Beta will detach 2 to summon it. They summon in attack mode, but it's turned to defense mode. Both Mu Betas will turn to Utopic Future. Utopic Future will turn into Draco Future, which is again turned to defense mode. Delta will use effect to tribute Quadrantis to summon itself, and it passes to me. Activate Reichphobia over Reichphobia. Opponent uses Max C again. Beatrice will chain to send another card to graveyard. All this resolves. Beatrice sends away Herald of Ultimateness. Maxi resolves. Reichphobia gets me Astra. Special summon Balloon. Opponent will use the effect of their Mediona Straconids to send away my Balloon and Acro. Then I summon a Balloon. Use Tryheart's effect. Targeting Acro. Opponent uses Draco Future. But Tryheart can't be affected by monsters that are in defense mode. So his effect goes through, summoning my Astra, adding Reichheart. Summon Reichheart. Reichheart gets me Straddle. And lets me draw one of Reinforcement. Summon Astra to the zone adjacent. Use Tryheart with its super boosted stats to copy... Tryheart gains the stats of Mediona Straconids thanks to Straddle. And it has piercing damage thanks to all my Scareclaws and can attack multiple times. And Drytrons don't have defense stats, so I swing over to him until it's not a problem anymore. Scareclaw beats Drytron. Ah, this is the Blue Eyes deck I was playing. Summon Sage with Eyes of Blue. It adds a White Stone of Ancients. Use my other Sage, targeting my first one. Both go to graveyard. I got a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Set 3 and pass. My opponent uses Melody of Awakening, pitching a White Stone of Ancients. Adds a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the hand. And a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Then uses Trade In, pitching Blue Eyes, drawing 2. Trade In again, pitching Alt Dragon, drawing 2. White Stone of Ancients will banish itself, targeting the Alt Dragon, adding it back to hand. I set one back row, summon Maiden with Eyes of Blue, and pass to me. I draw Melody of Awakening. Use it, pitch the White Stone of Ancients. Add a Blue Eyes. Swing with Blue Eyes into the Maiden, which lets my opponent summon a Blue Eyes. Activate True Light. Use its effect to summon a Blue Eyes from my hand. Swing with the new summon Blue Eyes into the Maiden. Go to main phase 2. Overlay my Blue Eyes for Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Opponent uses True Light. I chain my Solemn Judgment, negating my opponent's summon of a Blue Eyes. Use Cypher Dragon to steal my opponent's Blue Eyes, rename it Cypher Dragon, then turn that Cypher Dragon into Cypher X Dragon. Then my first Cypher Dragon will turn into Cypher Blade Dragon. And I pass turn to the opponent. During the end phase, my White Stone of Ancients will summon the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon from the deck. Opponent summons Sage with Eyes of Blue, adds White Stone of Ancients, activates Card of Consonants, pitching the White Stone to draw 2, sets a back row, activates Ancient Dragon Shrine, targeting the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Return of the Dragon Lords to summon back the Blue Eyes. Then Blue Eyes and Sage will sync together for the Spirit Dragon. White Stone of Ancients will banish itself. Target the Blue Eyes in the grave, return it to the hand. He reveals his Blue Eyes to summon the Alt Dragon. Attempts to use its effect, targeting my Jet Dragon, and does destroy it. None of his monsters are bigger than mine, so he does not attack. I use True Light to set Ultimate Fusion. And it passes to me. Draw Sage with Eyes of Blue for turn. Use my Cypher Dragon, detaching unit, targeting Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon will tribute itself. Then I use Called By to target the In the Grave Spirit Dragon to negate its effect. Opponent uses their second True Light. And I chain Ultimate Fusion. Because why not? Returns Blue Eyes and the White Stone of Ancients. For Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. My opponent's True Light summons a Blue Eyes. Called By banishes the Spirit Dragon. Negates its effect, and Cypher Blade lost its target. Then I use my True Light to summon the Blue Eyes from my grave. And normal summon Sage with Eyes of Blue, who adds White Stone of Ancients. Moving into battle, Tyrant swings into Blue Eyes. They banish Return of the Dragon Lords to protect it. After battling, Tyrant will set Solemn. Swing again, this time over the Alt Dragon. My Blue Eyes crashes into his. Jet Dragon will respond to one of my cards being destroyed by summoning itself back from the graveyard. Jet goes direct, as does Cypher Blade, and Cypher X for game. In the Battle of the Blue, I'm the best. And now we bring us to the last one. A high-quality silver rank match going 8 turns. I'm playing Madolche. God, I love Madolche. My opponent uses Fossil Dig, adds a Miscellaneosaurus, summons Soul Eating Oviraptor. I go for the Imperm, because when else am I going to get a chance? And my opponent responds with Miscellaneosaurus. Dinosaurs are unaffected by my cards. Oviraptor's effect will go through, adding Babysaurus. Opponent activates Dragonic Diagram, which will destroy the Baby Ceratosaurus in their hand and add a True King to their hand. Baby Ceratosaurus being destroyed will summon a Baby Ceratosaurus. True King will destroy the Giant Rex and Baby Ceratosaurus from their hands, and in response he will banish a Queen Tiramisu, Pudding Sus Chocolate a la Mode, and Glace Souffle from my extra deck. That's annoying. Baby Ceratosaurus was destroyed, so we'll summon the third Baby Ceratosaurus. Overraptor will use its effect to destroy that to summon one back. One was destroyed, so we'll summon Scrap Raptor. Miscellaneousaurus will banish itself to summon Animadorned Archosaur. Archosaur's effect will activate to destroy Baby Ceratosaurus and add double evolution pill to the hand. Baby Ceratosaurus was destroyed, so I'll summon Petit Pteranodon. Archosaur will then link off for Linkuriboh. Scrap Raptor will target itself and destroy it. Scrap Raptor was destroyed, so I'll add Scrap Chimera. Let them summon Scrap Chimera. Chimera will summon back the Raptor. Chimera and Linkuriboh will link together for Scrap Wyvern. Scrap Wyvern will target Scrap Chimera. I'll use Imperm on the Wyvern because it is not a dinosaur, so this will go through. Wyvern is negated. Wyvern, True King, and Overraptor will all link together for Appaloosa. Opponent uses double evolution pill, banishing Scrap Chimera and their Giant Rex for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Giant Rex was banished, so it will summon itself. Giant Rex and Scrap Raptor are going to overlay for Abyss Dweller. They set one back row and pass to me. How am I going to get out of this one, you ask? They shotgun the Abyss Dweller. First, I tribute their boss monsters to summon Lava Golem. Then I can't normal summon anymore, so I have to pass to my opponent. Lava Golem burns them for 1,000. They turn all the monsters to attack mode. Swing Petite, Abyss Dweller, and Lava Golem. I'm down to 2,800. But I think I still got some gas in the tank. We already saw I win this one, so check this out. He shotguns Abyss Dweller during my draw phase. I start off by summoning Mageline. Mageline will add Petting Sisor to my hand. My grave has had no monsters in it, so Petting Sisor will special summon herself and bring out Angeli. Tribute Angeli. Opponent will use Called By to negate Angeli. I'm not done yet. Keep watching. Activate my Dolce Chateau. Bumps up both my monsters. Swing over the Abyss Dweller. Swing over Petting Sisor. Phase 2. Overlay Petting Sisor and Mageline for Teacher Glace Souffle. 3,000 defense, thanks to my field spell. And I pass. I use her effect, attaching Mageline, making herself unaffected by other monster effects, and followed up with a Max C. I'm doing this to stall out and prevent my opponent from getting any ground. They burn for another 1,000 thanks to Lava Golem. They set one and pass to me. I did not use Glace Souffle's ability to shuffle back the Mageline because I want to use the Hoot Cake. Summon Hoot Cake, use effect. Attempt to banish the Max C. My opponent uses Called By on the Max C. This also means that there's no point in using the one that I just drew, because it's still going to be negated even on my opponent's turn. I swing my own Hoot Cake into Lava Golem and send it to the graveyard. Chateau will then let me add it back to my hand. Making sure there's no extra targets for my opponent to use. Use Souffle's ability again, targeting herself. Now I use her effect to shuffle back cards from the graveyard. Petting Sisor gets added back to my hand, and Imperm goes back into the deck. Lava Golem burns him for another 1,000. He replaces his field spell with Lost World, then tributes the Lava Golem for Scrap Golem. Scrap Golem will summon back the Scrap Raptor. Lost World will summon a token to my field. Moving into battle, he'll swing into the token and use the Lost World to destroy the Petit Pteranodon in his deck and summon Pancratops. Scrap Golem will swing over the token and it will pass to me. Now I gotta bait him out just right here. Open up with the Feather Duster. No response, I get rid of the Lost World. Summon Hoot Cake, use its effect to banish Lava Golem and summon Petting Sisor. Petting Sisor special summons, that brings out Angeli. Angeli will tribute herself to summon Messengelato. Messengelato gets me my Dolce ticket. Activate the ticket. Overlay Petting Sisor with Link Messengelato and Petting Sisor for fresh Sistart. Monsters were sent to the graveyard, so Glass Souffle will shuffle them back, and Chateau will let me add them back to my hand. Midolce Ticket also lets me summon my second Messengelato because cards were sent back. That Messengelato gets me Midolce Salon, activate it, which gets me another normal summon. I then turn Glass Souffle into Chocolate a la Mode. Use a la Mode's effect to return Angeli from the graveyard to the deck. Opponent will tribute Pankratops to destroy a la Mode, which was just what I wanted him to do, and it got rid of the threat. Angeli is added back to the hand instead, and a monster was sent back, so Salon will let me set Promenade. I then summon Messengelato with my extra normal summon, overlay it with my first for Queen Tiramisu. Use Queen's effect, attaching a unit. Shuffle back Glass Souffle and a la Mode to bounce back my opponent's scrap monsters. Bring back the a la Mode to prove a point. Move to battle. Swing with Sistart. And a la Mode for game. Midolce beats Dinos. And that has cleared out all my replays. Which means that that's done, the video's done. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you catch the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.